As hockey fans gear up for another thrilling season, one burning question looms over the Carolina Hurricanes. Can they solidify their lineup to make a deeper playoff run in 2025-26? With preseason action just around the corner and training camp on the horizon, it's time to revisit how the team might shape up this year. The stakes are high, and every decision could be pivotal, especially when it comes to critical roster spots like the second-line center position. But here's where it gets controversial. Will Brind'Amour stick with Jesperi Kotkaniemi at 2C, or will he take a gamble on prospects like Seth Jarvis or Logan Stankoven? Let's dive into what the projected roster could look like as we inch closer to opening night. Projected forward lines for the Hurricanes. Left wing, center, right wing. Nikolaj Ehlers, Sebastian Aho, Seth Jarvis. Svechnikov, Jesperi Kotkaniemi, Logan Stankoven. Jordan Martinook, Jordan Staal, Jackson Blake. Taylor Hall, Mark Jankowski, Eric Robinson. Tyson Jost, William Carrier. Extra forwards. In our earlier analysis of the Hurricanes' potential 2025-26 roster, much was made about who would ultimately claim the coveted role of second-line center. While Jarvis and Stankoven have both shown flashes of brilliance, head coach Brind'Amour recently hinted that Stankoven might get the first crack at transitioning to center if necessary. This suggests Kotkaniemi may get yet another opportunity to prove himself in the 2C role, a move that could spark debate among fans and analysts alike. If Kotkaniemi does indeed return to the second-line pivot spot, there's room for Seth Jarvis and Logan Stankoven to shine further down the lineup. Specifically, these two dynamic wingers could find themselves playing alongside top-6 talent. For instance, Stankoven performed admirably after joining the Hurricanes last season, racking up 5 goals and 9 points in just 19 regular season games. His offensive flair was evident again during the playoffs, where he contributed significantly to the team's success. Pairing him with someone like Svechnikov on the second line could unlock even more scoring potential. On the flip side, moving Stankoven up means Jackson Blake might slide back to the bottom 6. Playing alongside veterans Jordan Staal and Jordan Martinook, Blake would likely focus on rounding out his defensive game. Historically, young players placed under the guidance of Staal and Martinook tend to improve defensively. Take Seth Jarvis, for example. After spending considerable time in the bottom 6 early in his career, he evolved into one of the NHL's premier two-way forwards. While those changes ripple through the middle of the lineup, let's not forget the importance of the fourth line. Here, Mark Jankowski looks poised to reprise his role as the fourth-line center between Taylor Hall and Eric Robinson. Both Hall and Robinson signed long-term extensions last offseason, signaling their importance to the organization. Though Hall showed promise in a top-6 capacity, his versatility allows him to adapt well to a checking line role if needed. Pairing him with Robinson's blazing speed creates an underrated but effective energy line capable of chipping in offensively. But wait, there's always room for surprises. What happens if injuries strike or chemistry issues arise? That's where depth players like Tyson Jost come into play. Last season, Jost proved he can seamlessly integrate into the system, making him an ideal candidate as either a 13th or 14th forward, or even a backup center option. A closer look at the defense core. Shifting gears to the blue line, the Hurricanes appear relatively stable compared to previous projections. One notable tweak involves K'Andre Miller stepping up to join Jaccob Slavin on the top pairing. By learning directly from Slavin, one of the league's elite defensemen, Miller should gain valuable experience that helps elevate his game throughout the year. Alexander Nikishin benefits from being paired with Dalen Chatfield, whose speed and all-around skill set complement Nikishin's offensive instincts perfectly. The projected defensive pairings are left defense, right defense, goalie. K'Andre Miller, Jaccob Slavin, Pyotr Kochetkov. Alexander Nikishin, Jalen Chatfield, Frederik Andersen. Shane Gostisbehere, Sean Walker, Mike Riley. This arrangement leaves the third pairing unchanged, featuring Gostisbehere and Walker, a duo that developed strong chemistry last season. Their presence underscores the Hurricanes' impressive defensive depth. Between the pipes, goaltending remains consistent heading into 2025-26. Pyotr Kochetkov is expected to start the season as the primary netminder, with hopes of establishing himself as the team's go-to guy moving forward. Veteran Frederik Andersen returns for another campaign, providing stability and mentorship. In the AHL, Caden Primo and Amir Miftakov stand ready as reliable backups. With $10.64 million in salary cap space remaining, the Hurricanes retain flexibility as they approach the new season. Known for making bold moves during the offseason, the front office could still pull off a surprise trade before the deadline, or perhaps sooner. Will they address lingering questions about their roster? Or will they trust internal development to carry them forward? Only time will tell how everything unfolds. But one thing is certain. The Hurricanes are primed for an exciting journey ahead. Do you think Kotkaniemi deserves another shot at 2C? Or should Brind'Amour give Jarvis or Stankoven the nod? Share your thoughts in the comments below.